Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. Today we're going to do a special edition Divine Masculine check-in and we'll take a look at what's going on in their energy, in their karmic life or 3D space, and also we'll get some messages from Divine Masculines, Divine Feminines, and of course we'll pull some oracle cards. And we'll do that for both twins actually, for Divine Feminines cross watchers and for the masculines themselves. I'm really glad to have you guys here. I'm doing this reading from the studio that I'm renting in Kailua Kona in the big island of Hawaii. So aloha. I don't know why I don't say it more. You know, in Hawaii they say it everywhere. In Hawaiian language, aloha means so many things. Like, you know, the main ones are hello, goodbye, welcome, and love. Yes, I know it's, you know, it's a Polynesian language, and it's one of those like tribal languages where you didn't have a lot of words, and a lot of times they meant, you know, vast majority of like different terms and meanings. But it also shows how much of the common ground those concepts had for Polynesians, for Hawaiians specifically, right? On the other hand, there could be words like, you know, that describe very specific situation, just because that's the situations they could see themselves getting into very often. So they had a special word for it. Anyways, back to the reading. I hope you guys are doing great, and let's see what's going on. I will pull the first card for Divine Feminines watching, the Oracle card, and I've got the Sacred Traveler deck with me, and then we'll switch to solely Divine Masculine space, and we'll see what's going on with DM at this time. So you have a chance to take a peek at the place where I live. Because of this great mirror wall right behind me. It is an interesting concept. I think it's the first time ever that I've seen like a full mirror wall in a hotel room like that. I mean, it's not exactly a hotel, but kind of, you know. It's a condominium resort. But it works, I must admit. And of course, for me as a dancer, it's like, oh yay, wow. So I immediately messaged my teacher, and we're gonna have a lesson tomorrow because I have all this mirror space that I can use to check my form, see what I'm doing. You know, I kind of miss that feeling. Because when you are outside of the studio, usually you don't have a chance to do something like that. And a similar situation is with my closets. It's like it has sliding doors and they're like full mirror, top to bottom. So I have more mirror in that space. And I have an actual mirror above the sink. So I have like mirrors everywhere. You know, it's a dream come true for a girl. Anyway, let's get a card for Divine Feminines watching. Let's see what's going on. What do we need to know? What's the buzz? What's the word on the street? These days I'm doing some extra research and studying on the personal astrology. So I think it will result in new webinars and workshops in the coming weeks and months. So watch out for those if you're interested. If you still want to get on the workshop but you missed it, you didn't have a chance, I do have a recording. I haven't really published it for sale yet, and I probably need to do like a, you know, like a video with like a trailer of what was covered there, but it is pretty good, and the workbook is amazing. I think that's the most important asset out of the entire thing. And I mean, the tickets were $30, so it will be approximately what I'll be asking for recording. It's just because I put so much work into all the materials that I do believe that it's really worth it. But it does give you, so I'll probably do a video overview of a workbook, or at least like show some pieces of it so that you understand what is included. It's a lot. card for divine feminine. Transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Probably should be doing it like that. Yeah, so a new way emerges because of all the prep work that, well, first of all, because of the healing cycle that we had, the past one. And second of all, because of these intentions that Diev has been working on, has been setting with the help of the higher power. And we've talked about it quite a bit in the last week, right? The new moon energy and the intention setting. So that all is bringing in new fresh energy, new way of living emerges. Beautiful. Phoenix rising. What do we have for the masculines? Okay. First light, beginning a new cycle. Yeah, I was just talking about cycles, and this is the important part for DM, that the new cycle begins. So it's like, you know, lessons have been learned, certain summary has been done on what was going on in the last cycle, right? Like certain conclusions were made, and now we're starting fresh. So let's find out more information, what this cycle is about, right? You see immediately this reading kind of got more and more clarity. That's what I like. That's actually, I'll probably be doing more of those kind of readings where we get to know the topics as we proceed, and then the next question emerges, or we can go into details from there. So let's see what is this new cycle about in terms of the energetic space, the 5D, the soul level. What does it mean for divine masculines? What is it about? You have justice. I love it. Anything else? Okay. Page of Swords in reverse. So they actually both have swords, the page and the justice card. But of course the page, well, the page has like a knife more than a sword. Looks more like a knife. So what can we say about it is that what I'm getting immediately is DM is not focusing on the like petty and childish stuff, right? It's not like they're not focusing on what their ego is when their ego is being triggered, right? And this is the soul level. So this is where there is a clear picture of what is divinely driven and guided and what isn't, right? This is the major arcana, this is the minor arcana. Major arcana is what is presented by the universe, by God, by the higher power, whatever you believe in, right? It's that big force bigger than ourselves. The minor arcana energy is what we are bringing to the table, right? What is in our power, what we can do and what we are doing, right? So this is like letting go of some personal ambition and desire and living it to God, right? Living it to the natural laws, to work through the karmic cycles and to bring in this justice, to bring in peace and balance, right? So that if you worked hard, you're not betting your head against the wall, like asking, why am I not seeing the results? I've worked so hard, I deserve it, right? But you're like seeing through it, almost like seeing that deeper meaning of why things happen in a certain way, and always having faith that it is for the bigger goodness, right? For the larger scale path that you have in front of you, divine masculines watching, right? So this is that certain, I'm getting this feeling of relief when I'm sensing this energy. So there is this feeling of relief and peace of mind, that things are getting into order, that, you know, things are changing for the better. And if that better doesn't immediately look the way you imagined, it's just because there is a bigger meaning behind it, and there are bigger forces at work to bring forward something even better. Wonderful. What do we have for 3D space. What's going on in karmic life of divine masculines in this cycle? What kind of themes are being considered? What is the dynamic? 5 of Swords, more swords, you see? And we actually just exited the Aquarius space and we're in Pisces season. Happy birthday, Pisces. So this is water rather than air, right? The swords, and DM still has a lot of swords, so that energy of like thinking through and manifesting things is still, it's kind of stuck for now. And we have 2 of Wands in reverse. 5 of Swords and 2 of Wands in reverse. So there is a lot of overthinking right now in the karmic life, and will be in this cycle. And I know a lot of overthinking sounds like tautology, but what I mean is that it's like there is even a realization that maybe this is just overwhelming and I'm putting too much, I'm giving it too much power. These random circumstances, right? This karma, these other people around me. But there is not enough willpower or wisdom to stop doing that. So it's like it keeps happening again and again. And that is causing delays in making some important choices for divine masculines, right? So they're just stalling. If, you know, a lot is going on, a lot is being brought into their attention, just 5 of Swords energy. They just like, oof, in that shocked moment, right? And they don't do anything. You know, like they have the fight or flight response, and there's a third one which is about being frozen. That's what happens to them. They're frozen and like trying to understand what's going on. What is the best next move? By the way, bottom of the deck is the Chariot. So the universe wants DMs to move forward and accelerate the progress. But it's, how do I say it? It's not like it's not gonna happen, it's just gonna take a minute. And what I anticipate is that there will be more of the dramatic steps, of the dramatic movements for DM to finally gain that speed, gain that momentum, and be able to move forward with what they feel is right, not what seems to be right according to other people or according to, you know, belief system that they've been brought up with, or whatever else it can be, maybe something cultural, just generally. Okay, to finish off, we will get some messages from divine masculines to feminines. What would DMs like to say? What's on their heart and mind right now? What would they like to share with their divine feminines watching? Okay, so we have, the first one was, I have always loved you. Then we have, fear is holding me back. And we just talked about it actually, with that 5 of Swords energy, right? So divine feminines watching, don't feel bad, it's happened with every area of their life. And I fear you will reject me. And again, I fear, so there's more fear. There's fear in general, there's fear towards the connection. The fear, it's actually almost like one point, right? So I'm not stepping forward, I'm not talking to you about my feelings or how important you are to me, because I'm afraid that there's gonna be no reciprocity, that you will reject me, right? And this is too hard. And by that, you can already imagine how huge this is to DM. Because otherwise it would be like another day, almost like another day, like, oh yeah, you know, that's another one. You know, well, things don't always work out, or I'll find someone else, or whatever, right? Like it could be like that. but because it means so much, they don't want to mess it up. They don't want to lose this communication, lose this connection, at least in the, you know, in the way that they have it, with the capacity that they are able to communicate right now. So like with everything else in their life, they're also stalling and kind of taking their time to decide what's the next move. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave you here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I love you all, and I will be back with more readings very soon. Let me know in the comments what kind of questions you want answered, any special formats of spreads you'd like me to do, and I will see what I can do about that to acknowledge it and to make it even more relatable to you guys.